Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you guys some physics applications at home. So the first one will be physics of walking. The first one is Newton's third law of motion. It states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. When we walk, our foot are applying force towards the ground. In doing this, the ground also applies an equal force onto our foot, in the opposite direction pushing us forward. The second one is friction. Friction is a force between two surfaces that are sliding or trying to slide across each other. Friction always works in the direction opposite to the direction in which the object is moving or trying to move. When we walk, friction is caused between our foot and the ground. This friction acts to grip the ground and prevent us from sliding. So that's it for the physics when walking. The second application is Newton's first law of motion. It states that a body at rest will remain at rest, and a body in motion will remain in motion, unless it is acted upon by an external force. So this bottle is at rest, and it will remain at rest, unless it is acted upon by an external force such as pushing it. So as you can see, it moves, or even pulling it. It also moves. It stops moving because of the friction caused between the table and the bottle. That's it for the Newton's first law of motion. The third one is gravitational force. So here we have an AC remote controller. If we let this go, it will fall down. It falls down due to the acceleration of gravity. The acceleration of gravity in Earth is approximately 9.807 meters per second squared. The fourth one is law of conservation of energy. It states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and instead it changes from one form to another. This is an example of conversion of energy. It converts electrical energy into heat energy. That's why we can feel the cold from the air conditioner. Another examples of it would be lights. So here, when we open the lights, it actually converts electrical energy into light energy. So the last example is an electric fan. When we open the electric socket, the electrical energy will be converted into kinetic energy by an electric motor inside the fan, which causes the blades to spin. As the blade spins, it pushes the air forward, which creates the breeze that we can feel. So that's it for the law of conservation of energy. The fifth application is a vacuum cleaner. How does a vacuum cleaner create a suction? So there's actually a motor inside that creates a negative pressure, which means a lower pressure compared to the area surrounding it. Air flows from a higher pressure to a lower pressure area. As the surrounding area has a higher pressure compared to the area inside the vacuum, the air will flow from the outside into the vacuum cleaner. So that's how a vacuum cleaner creates a suction. The last application is when we are opening a door. When we push the door at a given force near the handle, which is far from the door hinges, the door can easily turn around the hinges. But when we push the door with the same force near the hinges, the door can turn around the hinges. We need to push it with a greater force in order for the door to turn around the hinges. This happens because there is a certain moment needed to turn the door around the hinges. Moment can be calculated by force exerted times the distance between the force and the pivot, which in this case it's the hinges. So if we compare the case, the first case has a larger distance than the second case, which means the minimum force on the first case will be lesser than the second case. That's why we can open the door easily in the door handle. So that's all for the application when we are opening a door. That's all for the video of the applications of physics at home. Thank you for watching and goodbye.